Hi friends, in today's current affairs lecture, I am going to discuss the lateral entry into bureaucracy. This is the decision taken by the union government 2 years back. So what does it mean? Lateral entry into bureaucracy means, today if you take the case of bureaucracy, bureaucracy is nothing but the government officials. So in this bureaucracy, how the people will be recruited, and the people will be recruited through UPSC, and the aspirants who are selected in this, okay, they will be posted at the state level, and after some experience they will be deputed to the union level. And the officers who are present at the union secretariat, that means whether it is cabinet secretariat or the secretariat of the different departments, and everything is everything filled with this all India services officers from the principal secretary level, or to that extent cabinet secretary, principal secretary, additional secretary, joint secretary, deputy secretary, directors, everyone will be from all India services only. Now lateral entry means government wanted to bring some lateral people, that means from outside people, those who are having excellent knowledge and have some sort of experience in some field, to present in the government or to present in the bureaucracy. That is what the idea. And why actually they got that idea, I will come to that later. But the lateral entry means some external people who don't have any relation with this exam and all India services will be appointed as some senior most officers in the various departments. That is lateral entry into bureaucracy. And this is not a new idea in our country, but whenever it requires, because there are some technical departments are there. So what are those technical departments? I'll give some: Ministry of Finance, because it is something technical department. Ministry of Science and Technology, it's a technical department. And there are some other ministries which purely deals with these businesses, okay, corporate affairs. And so when you have such a technical ministries or technical departments, the normal Indian all India services officers may not know the nitty-gritty of the technicalities. That is why they wanted to bring some people who are having some sort of experience in these technical subjects. They can serve in a better manner. That is what the ideas of the government. And for so many years government have been doing the same thing. But in the year 2018, the present government has come up with a policy. It's a matter of policy, like they wanted to induct some people into this sector, some people into this bureaucracy. And at that point of time, they have appointed some 10 people at the joint secretary level and 40 people at the deputy secretary or under secretary or director level. So UPSC will recruit these people and they will give a detailed notification, and they will conduct whatever the interview or necessary thing, and finally they select. So like they have selected 50. Joint secretary means in hierarchy it is high, deputy secretary or director means hierarchically it is at low. Now recently, last month, that means last month, the UPSC has issued a notification for seeking application for 3 posts of joint secretary and 27 posts of this deputy secretary or director post. So now the discussion is again came. So now the discussion is, earlier actually in 2 years back there was a huge discussion on this: should we allow the private people or should we allow the lateral people who don't have any relation with the administration, should they really allow to be appointed as the bureaucrats? That was the debate happened. But still I want to do again, because this is a new thing for you, because it was discussed 2 years back and after that no one has discussed about that. But again when the notification came, now the discussion started. Now in this, why you need an outsider? This is the first main question. Actually the point is, you need to bring some fresh energy into the departments. How you will bring the fresh energy? You cannot bring a common man. Those who are having different ideas, in some fields. Maybe he is an, suppose just assume he is an agricultural expert and he has some different ideas, he may be innovative, he might have lot of experience. And in a government department, the main problem is the existing government department don't allow the people to specialize. It's the very criticism on the Indian administration or the All India services is it is a generalized administration. People don't know any technicalities. So what is wrong if you bring these technical persons into the department? They can serve better, they can bring new ideas, they can bring new energy. And after all, why we are following all this hierarchy? Because it is 70 years of legacy. Because when British was there, we have used the same model, and they don't allow other people because they think like other people are not trustworthy. But now these are our own people, these people have excelled in different fields and these people have lot of knowledge in that particular field. What is wrong? And that too, when we are recruiting these people, it is not a permanent post. I think they are recruiting for 3 to 5 years, and after that if their performance is really good, they can renew, otherwise their contract is over. So they are recruiting only on contract basis, it's not a permanent basis. So what is wrong by recruiting these people? That's what government is saying. And you need high degree of professionalism ought to be the dominant characteristics of modern bureaucracy. But when it comes to the present day bureaucracy, this high amount of professionalism is unfortunately not there. That is what the opinion of the government of India. Okay, and when it comes to this generalized nature of the All India services, there was a thing like All India service officers. Suppose if you take their journey, they will start in the district level, they will work in various departments at the state level, and they will be promoted to the union level if they are so fortunate. Again they will work in different ministries or different departments, and it is something like jack of all but master of none. They jack of all but master of none, they don't have master in anything. And these All India services is something like a rolling stone which gathers no mass. So like the IAS officers used to revolve or used to rolls around the different departments and different ministries, and ultimately they left with no profession, and they have not expertised in any issue. That is the problem. So that is the reason why government is trying with some posts. But at the same time, in the present circumstances or in the present condition, there is no enough incentivization for young civil servants to acquire the knowledge. That is the main problem, because the way you are recruiting and the way you are giving the training and the way you are appointing is completely different. And sometimes some of the governments will send some of the officers to undergo some technical training in some different institutes, and even some of the state government have sent some of the officers to country like Israel to know the agricultural practices. Some of the states send their officers to China to know how the industrial development and everything is happening. But when it comes to the appointment, once they have returned to the respective state or union, again if the government changes or if something happened, again according to their seniorities and promotion, they will be promoted to the different post. Then where they can utilize this knowledge? So this is a problem, and that too they are completely busy with the routine works. So there is no scope for to gain enough technical proficiency in this present system. That is the reason why government is seriously thinking on this issue. So what is wrong? If you take the case of the other countries like American democracy, where the ministers itself is technocrats. So that means if really he find like some person is really caliber, just he can be appointed as a minister itself. But in our setup, ministers should be from the Lok Sabha and officers only from the particular who cleared particular exam. And some people are arguing, if you train better, if you train the existing bureaucracy in a better manner, then definitely we can bring the results. Yes, to some extent it is correct, but is it really possible to do in this present? And does all the states come forward to implement this? This is an important argument. But there are some people who are opposing these arguments. Because first point is they don't know administration. This is the main thing, because they are the private people. If they are from academia, they have academic knowledge. If they are from industry, they have industrial knowledge, but they don't know how to administer. Administration is different and a business activity is different, and here you need to administer, and also the concerns of the people is very very important, and these people may good at earning the profits, but they may not good at serving the people. That is what one idea. And it is not just about that, but they don't know how the decisions will be taken. Okay, so what are the protocols that you need to follow in administration? So but if you take the case of All India Services, and these people worked at the district level, state level, union level, now they are completely aware about the system. But it is not possible for these people. Just simply they will take the decisions, but they don't know whether they can be implemented it or not at the ground level. And some people are arguing, no, they are only, you are recruiting the people at the decision taking level. Okay, they may take the good decisions, but when it comes to the implementation, the same officers are there in implementation, and you must recruit the people in implementation so that it can be more effective. That's what some people are arguing. Instead of taking a decision making level, you can take at the implementation level. Some people are saying like take at the decision level, and also some people at the implementation level. Some people are saying these people don't have any knowledge, so don't recruit outsiders. So these are the various arguments that are coming. Second one is, it is about reservation. Normally the All India Services have reservation, OBC quota, SC quota, ST quota, but in this post there is no reservation. So even though you are selecting 3 people and 27 out of 30, there is no reservation. But government is saying like this is not a group of recruitment, it is a single appointment. So single appointment cannot have any reservation. Suppose if there are recruiting people are 3, then I can give reservation. But here I am considering individual post as a single position. That means single different appointment. So a single appointment, like this is not a group of people appointment. So in single appointment you cannot. Suppose single appointment means, just take the case of Chief Election Commission, take the case of C and AG, or some of the positions, they are single positions. If it is a single position, then you cannot say like reservation should be given, but government has deliberately chosen that method in order to stop that. But the main motto of this thing is those who have experience and those who have having some knowledge, they have to be recruited. So again, that too, it is a very temporary post, so there is no much argument to argue like reservation should be there, because it is not a permanent post, and that too it is based on some technical expertise. Whoever is having, they will be. Anyway, it's not permanent post, so don't worry about that, because they are going to retire after 3 years or 5 years. So that is another concern. Next, one more thing is, there might be some vested interest involved in this. That means if suppose some government thinks some person wanted to be in the bureaucracy, then they may recruit. Possibility is there, we are not denying that possibility, but when we are doing with good intention, that processes whatever you are following, this entire thing, processes what you are following should be transparent. Anyway, UPSC is doing that, but again that must be transparent, and all the qualifications of those people and where they have done research and what are their innovative ideas and what are their level of experts, and that must be put in a transparent manner. And also after completion of their term, again you must publish their achievements, what extra decisions that they have taken, how they have brought a considerable qualitative change in the administration, what are the new steps that they have taken. Suppose if they are really taking good steps and that is adding more value to our administration, definitely you can promote that. But when they are doing nothing, and if they are like a same bureaucracy, then no need of going for that. But there must be a periodic evaluation on this appointment and also the work done by those people. And there is a one major advantage is with this entire scheme is, because these people are working for a limited amount and they are going to have a contract for a limited amount of time, maybe they will work with a targeted approach. because anyway they don't get promotion here, they don't get anything, they are going to live in the next 5 years or 3 years. So maybe they will be more focused and more targeted, and they can do in a better manner. That is what one argument that is putting. But anyway, positives are there, negatives are there, but the thing is, we can only come to a complete idea on this once that periodic evaluation is over. And our past experiences shows like some of the technocrats involved in the bureaucracy has really added lot of value and has brought a lot of qualitative change to the administration. That doesn't mean that the existing bureaucracy hasn't brought any change. Existing bureaucracy is also doing, but when you think like something new energy is necessary, it's nothing wrong in bringing, but again a periodic evaluation and also a temporary recruitment, like whatever the 3 and 5 years they are doing, it's something a good thing, but vested interest must be kept away and process should be transparent and must be done in a clean and fair manner. Okay, so this topic is important with respect to the mains. You don't get any questions on prelims on this, but this is very important because the very talented and motivated Indian nationals are willing to contribute something to this country. Okay, they have excelled in different field, and why you need to again stop those people's energy? Again the same discussion, like the harnessing the potential of 130 crore people in different ways, wherever it is possible, wherever there is a talent, wherever the motivated people, wherever they wanted to serve in that particular field, we must provide some sort of opportunity and some sort of avenue so that we can better utilize their talents and knowledge. Again, this is in the direction of whatever they are giving the slogan. Okay, so this is something about this lateral entry into Indian bureaucracy. Okay, yeah, thank you.